As Ethereum gas fees continue to climb, so too has the demand for low-cost Layer 2 scaling solutions. The total value locked on all Ethereum Layer 2s recently surpassed $10 billion and is showing no signs of slowing down. Polygon accounts for half of this amount and recently managed to briefly overtake Ethereum by daily active users. Today, I'm going to give you a quick recap of Polygon, bring you up to speed on what the project has been up to, and why the Matic token might be moments away from a moonshot. There are two things you need to know before you watch this video. First, there is nothing but entertainment and education in today's show. Please contact a financial advisor if you start to feel the FOMO. Second, I hold Polygon's Matic token as part of my personal cryptocurrency portfolio. If you want to know what other coins and tokens I hold, you can subscribe to my weekly newsletter using the link down below. If this is your first time in this corner of the tube, my name is Guy and crypto is what I do. The Coin Bureau is home to some of the highest quality crypto content on the internet. Coins, tokens, news, and reviews explained in a way that you won't forget. If this is the kind of content you want to get, subscribing to the channel and pinging that notification bell is your best bet. If you're short on time, move your cursor across the video timeline and feel free to skip ahead to any interesting topics you find. Just remember that sticking around is a great way to grow your mind. Now, I know my disclaimers are fantastic, but it's about time we got started with Polygon and Matic. If you've never heard of Polygon before, here's what you need to know. Polygon was founded in 2017 by Anurag Arjun, Jayanti Kanani, and Sandeep Nailwal. Polygon was originally called Matic Network, and esteemed Ethereum developer Mihailo Bielik was added as a fourth co-founder following the rebrand to Polygon in February 2021. Polygon was built by Polygon Technologies, a for-profit software company based in India. Polygon's development is coordinated by the Matic Foundation, a non-profit which presumably rebranded to the Polygon Foundation. It's not clear where the Polygon Foundation is based. Polygon raised $5.5 million across various token sales in 2019 and has since raised millions of dollars from well-known individuals and institutions. Polygon's mainnet went live in June 2020, though Polygon is still technically in development. This is because Polygon seeks to be, quote, Ethereum's Internet of Blockchains and is building additional scaling solutions to this end. Although two of Polygon's scaling solutions are currently live, the only one that's currently usable is the original Matic network, which is now called the Polygon POS chain. The Polygon POS chain uses an Ethereum scaling technology called Plasma, which basically involves creating a copy of the Ethereum blockchain that leverages the actual Ethereum blockchain for security. This is done by periodically submitting a snapshot of the Polygon POS chain to the Ethereum blockchain. These snapshots are submitted by Polygon's 100 validators, and they can be used to recover user funds if Polygon's POS chain ever goes down. Note that Polygon's 100 validators do not actually process transactions on the Polygon POS chain. This is done by a second set of 7 to 10 block producers who are likely operated by the Polygon Foundation. This relative centralization allows Polygon to process up to 65,000 transactions per second, though Polygon's own sources note that Polygon can currently process 1 to 10,000 transactions per second. Now, Matic is an ERC20 token on the Ethereum blockchain. It's used for staking by the 100 validators on the Polygon POS chain, and delegation is also possible. Matic's staking rewards are currently around 12% per year for both validators and delegators. While there is no minimum stake for either entity, validators must be staking enough Matic to make the top 100. Any staked Matic tokens are subject to a 21-day lockup, and any misbehaving validators will see a portion of their stakes slashed. The Matic token is also used to pay the sub-zero fees on the Polygon POS chain and will be used to pay the sub-zero fees for Polygon's upcoming scaling solutions. Polygon's low fees and Ethereum compatibility have seen some of Ethereum's most popular DeFi protocols launch on its POS chain. These now hold close to $5 billion in total value locked. If you're interested in using popular Ethereum dApps without paying gas out the ass, you can check out my Polygon tutorial using the link in the top right. It's been almost 9 months since my last Polygon update, and it's safe to say that a lot has happened since then. Shortly after that Polygon update went out, Aave announced that it would be launching on Ethereum's leading layer 2, something that I predicted. Just saying. Now, the Aave protocol deployed on Polygon in April, and this is believed to be one of the primary drivers behind the 10x increase in Polygon users in the first half of the month. At the end of April, Polygon announced a $150 million DeFi fund, which will see 2% of Matic's supply set aside for liquidity mining rewards for promising DeFi protocols over the next 2 to 3 years. In May, billionaire Mark Cuban announced his support for Polygon, though it's not clear how much money he personally invested into the project. The next day, Polygon announced the completion of the Polygon SDK, which makes it possible to create Ethereum Layer 2s and standalone blockchains with minimal effort. The day after that, Polygon integrated with trustless cross-chain protocol Ren, making it possible to mint more than half a dozen wrapped cryptocurrencies on Polygon's POS chain, including BTC, Doge, and Luna. Now, if this hat trick of bullish news wasn't enough, Polygon also announced an integration with Google's BigQuery platform, making it possible for developers to easily analyze data on Polygon's POS chain. In early June, Polygon partnered with AU21 Capital to launch a $21 million fund for Polygon developers. Polygon also announced the release of Polygon Scan, a blockchain explorer for Polygon's POS chain built with the help of Etherscan, Ethereum's most popular blockchain explorer. In mid-June, Grayscale revealed that it was considering creating trusts for 13 cryptocurrencies, including Polygon. The Grayscale Polygon Trust has yet to materialize, but it's probably only a matter of time, given that Grayscale recently created a trust for Solana, which was part of the same batch of cryptos under consideration. At the end of June, Polygon unveiled Avail, a, quote, robust general-purpose scalable data availability layer. Now, as far as I understand, Avail can be used to improve the security of both public and permissioned blockchains, though I must admit the explanation as to how it does this flew over my head. The next day, Polygon announced that the Sandbox would be migrating from Ethereum to Polygon, something which seems to have happened recently. You can learn more about the Sandbox by using the link in the top right. In mid-July, the Coinbase wallet added support for Polygon's POS chain. Polygon also launched its own NFT and blockchain gaming studio called Polygon Studios, complete with a $100 million fund. At the end of July, Binance added support for Polygon's POS chain, making it easy to withdraw select ERC20 tokens directly onto Ethereum's leading Layer 2. In mid-August, Polygon announced that it would be allocating $1 billion worth of Matic tokens towards the development of zero-knowledge scaling technologies. That same day, Polygon revealed that it had acquired Hermes Network for 250 million Matic tokens, worth $250 million at the time of the agreement. As you might have guessed, Hermes is a Layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum which leverages zero-knowledge technology. According to Hermes's documentation, its ZK rollups can handle 2,000 transactions per second, which is not too shabby at all. At the end of August, Polygon announced its plans for a Polygon ecosystem DAO, which will give the Polygon community some power over the direction of the project. In early September, Coinbase announced that it will be using Polygon as its go-to scaling solution for everything Ethereum. Coinbase also hinted that it would be adding support for the Polygon POS chain, though this has yet to occur at the time of shooting. In mid-September, Polygon announced a partnership with Ernst & Young to deploy a privacy-focused scaling solution for Ethereum using ZK rollups. Now, for those who don't know, Ernst & Young is one of the big 4 accounting firms. Put simply, it's a very big company. At the end of September, Osprey announced the Osprey Polygon Trust for accredited investors in the United States. Crypto.com also added support for the Polygon POS chain, and all this news saw Polygon's active user count briefly surpass Ethereum's. In early October, NFT marketplace OpenSea announced its Polygon deployment. Now, OpenSea is, of course, the most popular NFT marketplace in cryptocurrency. At the end of October, Bitwise followed in Osprey's footsteps by launching a Polygon fund for institutional investors. A bug on Polygon's POS chain was also caught and corrected. Now, this bug could have cost users $850 million in crypto. Good job that exploit never happened. Now, in mid-November, Polygon announced Maiden, another Ethereum scaling solution based on zero-knowledge proofs. In contrast with Hermes, Maiden features a more elaborate zero-knowledge technology called ZK Starks, which I won't even try to get into here. The main takeaway on Maiden is that it will feature its own virtual machine, which will be compatible with the Ethereum virtual machine. This should make it possible for Maiden to support more complex smart contracts than Ethereum. Did I mention that Maiden was developed by Facebook's former zero-knowledge researcher? Everyone's just jumping ship from that company these days, huh? Anyways, at the end of November, the NFL announced that it would be issuing NFT tickets on Polygon's POS chain. Polygon also announced an integration with Arweave, a crypto project that makes it possible to store data in a decentralized manner forever. Now, I happen to hold some AR as well, and that's because Arweave actually stores Solana's blockchain history. You can get my most recent Solana update using the link in the top right. All of Polygon's announcements and developments have had a predictable effect on the price of Matic, which has basically been parabolic since March. However, if you run the numbers, Matic is only up around 6x since that time. This is less than what many other cryptocurrencies have seen during the same period. And this is for one simple reason, and that's sell pressure. The primary source of sell pressure is probably Matic's vesting schedule. As you can see, every 6 months, a massive amount of Matic is being unlocked. Matic's vesting schedule seems to correlate closely with Matic's price action. Matic has historically seen a drop in price after every vesting cliff, and the most recent one took place on November the 5th. This means that Polygon's early investors are selling their Matic, which makes sense when you consider the fact that Matic's most expensive ICO price was a quarter of a cent. That's close to a 1000x return on investment. Now, luckily, most of the Matic set aside for Polygon's early investors seems to have vested already. Most of the Matic tokens that have yet to vest are going to the Polygon team and the Polygon Foundation. As you might have gathered from the updates I mentioned earlier, the Polygon Foundation has spared no expense when it comes to funding the expansion of Polygon's ecosystem. Now, most, if not all, of this money is coming from the Polygon Foundation's sales of the Matic token, and if my calculations are correct, it has sold up to $500 million worth of Matic since March. Not only that, but in an October presentation, Polygon's head of institutional investment, Dean Thomas, said, quote, "If you want direct investment from us, we are now capable of cutting checks directly from our foundation," suggesting that the foundation has sold even more Matic than meets the eye. But what about the demand side of this supply and demand equation? According to Polygon Scan statistics, there are over 120 million unique addresses on Polygon's POS chain. To put things into context, that's an almost 1000x increase since March, which is insane. The problem is that the total value locked on Polygon's POS chain topped out in late June and has been holding steady at around $5 billion ever since. This suggests that all the new wallets being created on Polygon's POS chain are coming from people signing up for exchanges and wallets with Polygon integrations, such as Binance and the Coinbase wallet. The bigger problem is that the number of daily active wallet addresses on Polygon's POS chain has been stagnant since October and even seems to be on the decline. This could be from competition from other Layer 2s such as Arbitrum and Optimism, which have seen their own exchange integrations and billions of dollars in total value locked in popular Ethereum protocols. The good news is that Polygon is still the largest Layer 2 on Ethereum by a wide margin, and you can learn more about Ethereum's Layer 2 landscape by clicking the link up there in the top right. Now, if you're wondering how high Matic could go before this bull market ends, a conservative estimate is another 2 to 3x. Matic's massive market cap means it's unlikely to grow much larger than that. That said, it is possible that Matic could manage to make an even bigger move, and this ultimately depends on Polygon's roadmap. Polygon's roadmap was revealed in a recent presentation by Polygon co-founder Sandeep Nailwal. It looks like there are only 5 milestones which have yet to be met, and these are the launch of the aforementioned Avail chain, the launch of the aforementioned Nightfall rollup scaling solution, the launch of a yet-to-be-announced optimistic rollup scaling solution, the introduction of application-specific sidechains for Ethereum, and the introduction of enterprise chains which can leverage Polygon's POS sidechain for security. The Polygon team is aiming to have all these chains up and running by early 2022, which happens to coincide with when many people believe the top of the crypto bull market will be. In the Q&A after Sandeep's presentation, he noted that Polygon's endgame is to be the 3rd biggest cryptocurrency after Bitcoin and Ethereum. In terms of numbers, Sandeep hopes Polygon will have at least 100 million daily active users and billions of total users in the coming years, which he admits is an ambitious target. To do this, Polygon will need to provide, quote, Solana-like scalability on Ethereum, which validates another one of my crypto holdings. When asked about whether Coinbase will integrate with Polygon and even use it for its NFT marketplace, Sandeep said he couldn't comment on that, which obviously means it's going to happen. Additional milestones for Polygon can be found in the actions, interviews, and presentations made by other members of the team. In a November interview, Dean Thomas said that there will be a few more institutional investment vehicles listed on exchanges around the world in the coming months. Dean is also focused on securing Polygon partnerships with crypto projects and companies primarily in the NFT, metaverse, and GameFi niches. In late November, Polygon co-founder Mihailo Bielik tabled a proposal on Uniswap's governance forum to deploy Ethereum's most popular DEX on Polygon. This proposal passed on December 2nd with 98% of respondents voting yes with their uni, meaning we should see Uniswap deploy on Polygon any day now, possibly by the time this video hits the tube. The final Polygon milestone I could find comes from a May interview with Polygon co-founder Jayanthi Kanani. In it, he pondered the possibility that the Matic token could be renamed to something more Polygon-related in the future. Jayanthi also explained that Polygon makes its money through sales of the Matic token, echoing what Sandeep said in a March interview. Quote, "We are using that treasury to build the ecosystem." Now this brings me to the concerns I have about Polygon. My first concern is the constant selling of the Matic token by the Polygon Foundation and Polygon team, which has clearly had a negative impact on Matic's price. In Polygon's defense, it has no choice but to spend as much as it can to expand as quickly as it can, because when Matic staking rewards run out in 2025, the only thing that will incentivize validators to secure Polygon's POS network is transaction fees. Even so, it would be nice to know just how much Matic the Foundation and the team are spending. To my knowledge, this information isn't available anywhere, but I will applaud Polygon for labeling a few of its wallets on Etherscan. Now this ties into my second concern, and that's transparency. Funnily enough, Polygon has a transparency page, but the only thing it lists is the wallet addresses that are already labeled on Etherscan. What I would like to know is who runs the 7 to 10 block-producing nodes on the Bohr layer of Polygon's POS chain, since these nodes could potentially present a single point of failure for Polygon's sidechain. I also find it a bit concerning that Polygon's founders did not detail the Bohr layer during their recent presentations and interviews, instead implying the entire time that Polygon is decentralized because of the Heimdall layer of the POS chain. Besides the fact that the Heimdall layer of Polygon's POS chain only has 100 validator nodes, it's quite clear that Polygon is still the one calling the shots, and that's my third concern about the project. Even though Polygon did announce a community DAO, it has yet to put together a governance structure of any kind, and there has apparently been no mention of these plans anywhere else. The closest thing I could find that resembles community governance is the governance section of the Polygon and Matic network forums, which have not seen very much activity. The only proposal worth pointing out relates to addressing the fact that the top 10 validators on Polygon's POS chain account for over 80% of the stake, which is quite concerning. Now, to be fair, Polygon seems to be aware of these issues, and decentralization appears to be at the forefront of co-founder Sandeep Nailwal's mind. Concerns aside, there is no question that the adoption of Polygon's POS chain is on the rise, and there are some very exciting updates coming down the pipe that will increase the demand for Matic, and I'm confident that Polygon will solve these and other issues in due time. This is why I bought the dip on Matic in the recent crypto market crash, and if you want to do the same with your favorite cryptos when the next crash comes around, be sure to check out my Buy the Dip tutorial in the top right. And that's all for today's Polygon update. If you enjoyed the video, folks, be sure to smash that like button. If you want to make sure you get the next one, subscribe to the channel and ping that notification bell if you haven't already. If you've already seen all the videos this channel has to offer, you should know that I have a second channel called Coin Bureau Clips, where you can peek behind the scenes. If you've already watched all the videos on that channel too, follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram to stay educated and entertained. You can also join my Telegram channel for juicy crypto updates and subscribe to my weekly newsletter to see my personal crypto portfolio and how I adjust it from week to week. Last but not least, there's the Coin Bureau merch store where you can buy some seriously comfortable crypto-themed hoodies, sweaters, and tees. It's not too late to get your Christmas shopping in, and if you buy before December the 12th, you'll also be entered into a competition to win some secret crypto gifts. More info about all that can be found on Instagram and TikTok, and you can find the links to everything I just mentioned in the description. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. It's been fun, but I've got to run. I'll see you all very soon.